The salvage ship Terran's Hope drifted through the debris field of what had once been the Zephyrian fleet. Captain Marcus Chun picked his way through twisted metal corridors of the alien dreadnought, his helmet's beam cutting through the darkness. 3 days of searching had yielded nothing but empty chambers and crystallized atmosphere. Then he heard a faint tapping, rhythmic and deliberate. Following the sound deeper into the ship's belly, Marcus descended through maintenance shafts until he reached the cargo hold. His light swept across rows of empty containment pods before settling on a figure in the far corner. A woman unmistakably human, sat chained to the bulkhead with restraints that hummed with alien energy. She was young, perhaps 25, with auburn hair matted against her shoulders and clothes that had seen better decades. But her eyes, held depths that seemed older than stars. "Thank God," Marcus breathed, rushing forward. "I'm Captain Chun, Terran Salvage Corps. We received your distress beacon weeks ago." The woman's head snapped up, and something primal flickered across her features before she composed herself. "No beacon," she whispered, her voice hoarse but strangely melodic. "I sent no beacon." Marcus frowned, checking his scanner readings. The chains were definitely alien tech, some kind of neural suppression system by the looks of it. "Well, someone did. We've been searching for survivors since. Don't." The word cut through the air like a blade. "Don't free me. Only chains keep the monster inside." Marcus paused, his plasma cutter halfway to the restraints. In 30 years of salvage work, he'd seen plenty of trauma-induced psychosis. Survivors often said strange things. "Ma'am, I understand you've been through hell, but these chains are slowly killing you. I can see the neural burn patterns on your skin." She laughed, but there was no humor in it. "Neural burns heal. What I am doesn't. What's your name?" "Sarah. Sarah Voss." She met his gaze steadily. "I was part of the research team on Kepler 442b. We found something there, something that changed me." Marcus had heard of Kepler 442b. The entire research colony had gone dark 18 months ago. Official reports blamed equipment failure, but rumors spoke of something far worse. "The Zephyrians didn't capture you," he realized. "They contained you." Sarah nodded slowly. "They're not the monsters humans think they are. When they found me floating in space after what happened to the colony, they could have killed me. Instead, they built this prison, fed me, kept me alive, and made sure I could never hurt anyone again. Sarah, whatever happened there, I ate them." The words fell like stones in the still water, not with teeth or claws. "I consumed their life force, their very essence." 43 people, Marcus. 43 souls that I pulled into myself to satisfy a hunger I never knew existed. Marcus felt ice spread through his veins. "That's impossible. Humans don't. But I'm not entirely human anymore." Sarah's eyes began to glow with a soft, golden light. "On Kepler, we found ruins, ancient beyond measure. In the central chamber was an artifact that sang to us, called to us. I touched it first. The temperature in the hold began to drop. Frost formed on the walls despite the environmental systems. It showed me the universe as it truly is. Energy and matter dancing together, life force flowing between all living things, like rivers of light. And it taught me how to drink from those rivers." Sarah's voice carried harmonics that shouldn't have been possible for human vocal cords. "The hunger is constant, Marcus. Always knowing, always demanding more." Marcus backed away as the air itself seemed to thicken around Sarah. He could feel something pulling at him, tugging at the edges of his consciousness. "The Zephyrians understood," she continued. "Their scientists studied me for months, trying to find a way to reverse what had been done. But some changes can't be undone. So they built these chains, not just to bind my body, but to bind the thing inside me." "We can find another way," Marcus insisted, though his hand moved instinctively to his sidearm. "Human ingenuity has solved every problem we face. We've beaten diseases, conquered space, united our species. Have you?" Sarah's smile was sad and terrible. Or have you just found bigger monsters to fight? The Zephyrians showed me their records, Marcus. Humanity isn't the noble species you think it is. In every system we've colonized, in every contact with alien life, we've brought death and conquest. The universe fears us not for our technology or our numbers, but for our capacity to become what we need to be to survive. The chains hum louder now, working harder to contain whatever was stirring within Sarah. I am what humanity becomes when it stops pretending to be civilized. When it embraces its true nature as the ultimate predator. She leaned forward as much as her restraints allowed. Every human carries this potential, Marcus. The artifact just awakened it in me first. Marcus raised his plasma cutter, but his hand shook. You're wrong. Humans are capable of great compassion, sacrifice. Are we? Or do we just tell ourselves that to sleep at night? Sarah's glow intensified. Look into your heart, Captain. Look at what you're feeling right now. Fear, yes, but also curiosity. Part of you wants to know what I've become, what power I possess. Part of you wants to free me just to see what happens. Marcus felt the truth of her words like a physical blow. There was curiosity there, dark and seductive. The Zephyrians were right to chain me, Sarah whispered. Just as they were right to fear what humanity might become if we spread too far, grew too powerful. They saw our potential futures, Marcus. They saw worlds consumed, species devoured, entire civilizations, reduced to nothing but energy for creatures that used to be human. But you're asking me to leave you here to die. I'm asking you to let the monster stay caged. Sarah closed her eyes, and the glow faded slightly. Go back to your ship, Marcus. Report that you found no survivors. Let this knowledge die with the Zephyrian fleet. Marcus stared at her for a long moment, weighing the scales of morality against the weight of her words. Finally, he lowered his cutter. I'll leave you supplies, he said quietly. Food, water, medical supplies. The chains will sustain you, but thank you. Sarah's voice was human again, fragile and grateful, for listening, for understanding. As Marcus turned to leave, she called out one final time, Captain, if humanity ever faces extinction, if our species stands on the brink of annihilation, remember where I am. Remember what waits in these chains. Sometimes monsters are exactly what the universe needs. Marcus climbed back through the darkness, Sarah's words echoing in his mind. Behind him, the chains hummed their eternal song, holding back something that might one day be humanity's salvation or its final damnation. The choice, he realized, would belong to future generations. For now, the monster would remain chained.